In this video, you see a real man crying, and if you were close to him, you will admit that there is no sound. The only things you could see on his face is red eyes and the tears, struggling within himself, trying to compress the tears, trying to compress the sound. And these are best friends, but just that their teams were different. But when his team won, he was trying to, celebrate it with his friend. But the friend didn't know that was even him. So when he was pushing back and looking at how the team of his friend reacted, they thought he was making fun of his brother, his friend. So they reacted aggressively to him, and that made him more to cry. To see a man cry is one of the most difficult things ever. Personally, I remember when I had a brutal accident on my face. You will not be able to trace it. It was dark night that I fell in a trench with a bicycle. That my face, my mouth, everything was just bleeding. It was so brutal. I wanted to cry, but if I cry, who will console me? If I cry, my mom will not hear, my dad will not hear. I shouted, but Charlie said, no, I just told myself it is not important. Charlie, it was brutal. It can cost your life. That accident could cost your life. So I had to suppress myself and managed to carry myself. My friends supported me to the hospital. So it's difficult to see a man cry. Another time I saw a man cry was, my small father. English people, your father's younger brother, you people call him uncle. But in our language, you don't call him uncle. We call him small father or young father. The last time, that was the time I saw a man cry again. When he lost his father, my grandfather, and I saw him crying. He couldn't cry in the midst of people. He just held himself like that. Went to stand somewhere. You could see him struggling to control his voice, crying. And another thing is that society has not been fair to men. If a man cries, no one consoles a man. But when a woman cries, the whole world supports her.
You are not his father.
Sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh,
Gian, calm down, babe. It's okay. We're all here. We're all here.
I'm here.
So while the guy is there crying in silence, right, because you're a man, the woman gets a shoulder. Look what they said. Oh, we all here for you. Mind you, she was only crying because she got caught.
So to see a man crying, you just see him standing, and the tears are just flowing like this. That is a man. So when you see a man's tear, you should feel sorry for him. You should not think that he deserves it, because it is one of the most difficult things ever you can ever see on a man's face. You can do a lot of evil to a man, but to the extent of causing him to cry, you let tears drop from his face. In that case, you yourself, you are very evil. From a Muslim perspective, it is not haram for a man to cry. A man crying could be as a result of Iman, having a lot of faith, the fear of Jahannam, the longing for paradise. So if you're a Muslim and you see a man cry, probably reciting Quran and he crying, or thinks about death, thinks about hereafter and he's crying, it is okay. Because what awaits him is what is causing him to cry. And that one is a sign of Iman. We pray that Almighty Allah softens our hearts, guides all of us to make us good and amazing people. May Allah forgive our departed souls, and we too, whenever we leave this world, may Allah grant us Jannah Firdaus. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So please, if you sincerely want to support me continue making more videos, kindly go to my YouTube channel, Imo Risadat, and subscribe and press the bell button. Kindly do that, then you come and continue watching this video.
هنا مروا وكانوا قدوة للناس